Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the French Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the Batchation Bourrasque. Now the Bourrasque, this is a damn fun medium tank. It's got a 2-shot 360 alpha auto loader, so it hits for 720. It's just very fun. It's a very fun run and gun medium. The reload for the 2 shots isn't the best, but the whole all-round tank is pretty damn diddly decent. It's got good mobility. That 2-tap is dirty. Its camo's really good. It just performs really well on the whole. It's one of those pseudo-light tanks because you can play this tank like a medium tank, like flanking and stuff like that. And you can play it very much like a light tank. You can push those really aggressive bush spots, go sit in the bush, spot out. So how do I lay out this tank? Well, I lay out this tank with the camo net, optics, and the vert stabs, because the vert stabs isn't very good. Not the vert stabs isn't very good. The gun handling isn't very good, so you need the vert stabs to make it better. That's the way around it goes. So yeah, the gun handling isn't that good. So it needs all the love and support it can get. So you run the vert stabs to help that. Optics, because you want to play it like that light tank playstyle a little bit as well. You want to be able to spot out so that you can see the enemy tanks and stuff like that. Get as good a view range as possible. And camo net. I run a camo net because it's a really strong piece of equipment. And on a tank like this, which has really good camo, it just boosts your camo even more. And it really helps you be unspotted in some ridiculous situations. Now, one of the drawbacks of the tank is that the standard ammo has only 190 pen. That can be a bit of a pain, especially with the derpy accuracy of the gun. Generally means that you kind of struggle to hit the weak spots a little bit, and then the 190 pen isn't the best. So the premium round is quite nice to use. There's quite a few tanks when you're going against tier 10s and that it will struggle, but yeah, it's one of those things. You see the accuracy there with the stockade. When we shot at him, then one shot was, well, it's 3/4 aimed, and it hit the ground in front of him, and then the second one went in. So, on my crew, I actually run muffled shot and camo expertise, and then to help the gun, run and gun and steady aim. Run and gun because, well, that's the sort of playstyle that this tank has, you know, just keep moving, keep moving. So if you can make your dispersion better while you're moving, fantastic. Steady aim, well, because you want to make your gun 10% more accurate, right? That's just what you want. And in this game, on Mali Winter, we've made some ridiculous plays. Like, I don't know how I have got away with this so far. I shouldn't have been able to get away with the position we've been in so far, pushing along this area on Mali. It doesn't happen very often that you can push along here like this. Usually you will get punished. Now you do have to be careful though with Bourrasque, because it's it is basically the Batchat 12T but with a big honking gun, right? But it is quite a fat tank. It's quite a long target, and add to that the mobility generally of the tank is good going forwards, but going side to side is quite slow. It's got pretty poor track traverse. It's not something that you can just YOLO about, sprint about in, and not get hit like a Vanguard. So you just got to be careful of that, because you are quite easy to hit. And like you've seen in this game, people haven't had any trouble just slapping me up. I haven't managed to dodge any shells. But what we have been doing in this game is, like I say, making some ridiculous plays. Like, we should have been punished many times for what we've been doing. And just flanking about, making sure that we use the ability to get into good flanking positions to be able to get shots. So right now we're trying to look for shots at this T-44. He's making it a little bit awkward. He kind of knows where we are. So like I say, it is making it a little bit awkward for us right here. But we're just trying to see if we can feather out the shot. So we're going to move forward and see if we can spot anything else. Well, try and respot the KV-4 basically. and see if we can see this TD wherever he is. And we actually do spot it moving forward, so we stick ourselves between him using the bush, and we stay unspotted as we drop the clip. That's where the camo kind of helps, and we're just going to wait for the shells to go in again. Now we've loaded the premium APCR because the next target in my head is the KV4, and with the 190 pen we're going to struggle with the KV4, but we don't really need it because the KV4 gets shut down. We've managed to put ourselves in a better flanking position now to get shots at this T-44. We get one into the side, hoping to get another shot in, and I think that might have only done track damage there, which is unfortunate. But now we're reloading again, and we're just going to try and put ourselves in a better position to get shots into him, but unfortunately he gets shut down. But hey ho, we managed to finish that game with a good total, and we finished that game with 5.2k damage, 362 assistance, first class sniper, high caliber. That was our second mark of excellence, and 2k base XP for a tier 8 medium. That's usually a ace tanker in pretty much any other tank, not in the Bourrasque, because the Bourrasque is just been played by so many people so well, and it's actually one of the hardest tanks to 3 mark as well, like 4.1k when I'm doing this video now. Really high, and maps like this don't help. So we're on mines, and on mines there's only really one way to truly win it, and that is win the hill. But we've got the poor spawn for mines. This spawn that we've got is not a good spawn because they spawn closer to the hill, and for the most part their ascent to the hill is far more protected and it's far easier for them to take it. So we've charged up anyway, we've got 2 medium tank friends with us, and we're now going to try and stop this guy that's climbing up onto the hill with us. Because this Dragon here is something we need to stop. We don't want to let them take the hill, we don't want to let them give us a bit of trouble on this hill. We want to win it, because winning the hill on this map, like I say, is a very vital thing to do. It's very important because you get shots across the whole map, which is, well, it's mines. You win the hill, you don't win the hill, you tend to lose. And we're actually very fortunate here that their team has actually only sent the Dragon. So we managed to shut down the Dragon. He was the only one that climbed the hill. We're in a bit of a vulnerable position because there's actually only 3 of us up here. But we actually, with winning the hill, means we can actually get better shots down onto the enemy tanks. So we've got 1 shell left in the clip. Rather than reload and wait for the reload, we drop that 1 shell into the back of the Chimera or the Inferno, and we're now going to reload. We're just being mindful of the 2 heavy tanks because they seem to be climbing, and this is what I'm on about with, basically they can climb the hill from their spawn unchallenged, because these 2 VKs are basically going to get up here and they're not going to face anything coming up. There's only us 3 medium tanks. We're not really going to do much to 2 super heavy tier 8 heavies, so I decided, you know what, screw it, we're clearing the hill. Unfortunately, this Patriot has decided to just bully me, even though he's getting shot by our team. Fortunately enough for me, the way he managed to turn me there actually gave me an out. We reload while on the move, shut him down, and we're going to try and snap a shot into this STG. Unfortunately, the shot only does track damage on the STG, and we just get out of dodge and get into cover. We're waiting for the reload again. We've lost the hill. We may have the numbers advantage only just right now, but I'm not confident about winning this game currently because they've taken the hill, like I say. And that means that anything we try to do now, they have free reign on. And because it's 2 VK101Ps, and they're both super heavy tanks, very hard to pen for us, it's going to make it awkward to dethrone them from that position. And obviously, like I say, for them having those positions as well, they actually have great positions. Even if we tried to cap them out, the hill position that they're in, they can fully stop us trying to cap from their hill position. There's not much we can do about it. So we're going to try and flank round here. It's basically going to become a game of keep moving, keep repositioning, and see if we can just keep managing to drop shots where we can. Just keep dropping the double tap and see if we can help out. Right now I want to get this T-77. I want to try and help our heavy tank that is down on our flank. And the VK101P nearly gave us this side, but we're going to try and pull up and see if we can get a shot. We can't quite see him. What we need to do is go up on top of this little hill here, get a bit of elevation, and that's exactly what we do. We get a shot in to finish off the T-77, and we get a shot into the side of the Draugen. We boost our reload with food, and we drop back. Now, if you have noticed, these replays on from a little while ago. It's one of those things that I meant to put these replays out for the brass for ages, but with basically new content drops and stuff like that, and more sort of relevant replays needed, it just basically meant that it's typical life, really. It's like I wanted to put these out, but I couldn't because there was like doing, you know, new Polish line, then new Italian tanks, new premium tanks, buffs to tanks. That means that you bring out more videos. So some of the games from before 7.0 get left behind, and like the 7.0 ones are really noticeable because of the HP bar change. And honestly, it's really noticeable, and it just shows what a world of difference sort of the adding the HP bar above the tanks and changing sort of some of the colours and the fonts and stuff that go above the tanks actually has been in making the HUD just look better. It's quite nice, really. So anyway, we're trying to look for a shot of this VK101P through the gap. We can't quite see him, so we want to go try and help our friend. Well, our friend just got finished off, but we want to go try and get a shot at this VK101P here. Unfortunately, he just catches a glimpse of us as we go past. We managed to just about dodge his shot, and we're going for 2 shots into him. Now, I know I've got the time to aim and chill and get a shot through his cupola, and luckily enough for us, it pens. So we're now just waiting for the reload again, waiting to get unspotted to see what we can do next. Now, I'm thinking of possibly poking around on this side to see if we can get shots at a different angle, because I'm thinking that this VK, he might expect us to drive around this corner, so I'm just going to slowly poke round, and we actually spot the VK there. This is where the really good camo of the Bourrasque comes in. We spot the VK, he doesn't spot us. So we poke round the corner, get another shot in, he doesn't spot us with that shot, which is the filthy camo, and we pop another shot straight through his cupola again. Now, I was fully expecting him to be able to spot us there when we fired. I reckon he's probably got a dead commander or something like that, especially with shooting him through the cupola. But that's fortunate for us. That means we can just slowly but surely wait for our reloads, keep popping out and spotting him. I mean, we're unspotted, and keep slamming the shells in. Fortunately enough for us, he's given us a better angle on his side. He takes a blind shot that was so close to hitting us there. That was unbelievable. But we managed to shut him down. And now we're on the reload again. There's 2 tanks left. There's the medium tank in the middle, and there's only artillery as well. There's only one other guy left, and it's the TD. Actually, I think the AFK Lurver's come back now, and he's trying to get into the game. But that Draugen is distracted with the SU-122-44, and the SU-122-44 actually finishes the Draugen off. So we've just got the artillery left to worry about, and pretty much we'll know where he is. There he is. We're on the charge to get the piggy, get the bacon in the bag. 1 in, he stops, makes it easier, and 2. And we finish that game again with another 5.2k damage. Really quite a high score for a tier 8 medium tank, and that was a nice score to get. And oh, I don't miss the bug with this MVP screen taking forever to load. That was a pain in the butt. But yeah, so I mean, the Bourrasque is a good tank. It's a nice tank. Is it worth picking up whenever it goes on sale? Yes. So we finished with 7 kills, 5.2k damage, 1,000 assistance, ace tanker, devastator, sniper, top gun, high caliber. And yeah, this wasn't long after we actually got the second mark. I think that was a back-to-back game, by the way. Yeah, 2.2k damage, and that got us the 2.2k base XP, sorry, and that got us the ace. Getting an ace on this thing is incredibly difficult. So as always, everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.
A great success.